Oops, gotta switch out my keyboard for the old drawing pad. The right stream is Hey Schickelstein. I'm just trying to get the comments working on my phone again. Here we go. All right. Comments are working. All right, let's get to it. Yeah. See, what do we need to do here? The last stream we were just filling up some of the cavities. Filling up some cavities. This stream, I'm gonna do a once over and look for any more problem areas before I get onto the main sculpt. Happy Friday 13th. It's Deepwali Day. So for any Indians out there, happy Deepwala. What's popping? Fireworks in the background. Can you guys hear the fireworks? Or are my filters too OP? My microphone sounds a bit low. Let me go put it a bit closer to my beautiful voice. How's that? We getting this guy done today? I sure hope so. Like, truth be told, I'm getting kind of bored of sculpting this thing. I usually complete these a lot faster because, well, not faster, but I usually complete these in a shorter time frame because I used to work 8 hours a day. Now it's just like 2. I'm like, oh god, I want to get this done with so I can go make another creature or something else. I'm breathing in it a bit. Alright, I adjusted it a bit farther away now. It's like the Goldilocks zone of microphones. Stream. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and do the fine details, and then we're gonna do retopology today for sure. Like, I've already spent long enough on the high poly details because the creature's gonna be like this small anyway on the screen, like yay big. Well, I guess it could be a bit bigger, like that big, but even still, like this size is good enough for the details. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add in the fine details with the cellulitis brush, and then we'll go into the retopology. Right, no, okay. Go lazy mouse. Oh shit. Alright. Make this brush a bit smaller and less intense. we'll get to it. Yes, I do want to get to the retopology today. I want to get at least some retopology done today. I don't want to just like get started. The guy's just eating the microphone. It's either that or the guy's like too quiet and you have to bump your volume all the way to 100. And then even then he's too quiet. Or if they talk too slow and then you're like, "Oh my god. This tutorial is 2 hours long of this guy just talking slow." But I guess it's okay because you can always you can always set the speed faster. So as I do want to get the high poly done today, I might talk a little less during the stream. But yeah, I'll keep looking at the comments every now and then. Will this be a boss? I don't know. I just make cool stuff and then Maddox puts it in the game somewhere. I mean, I could suggest to him that this could be a boss, but yeah, I don't know. It would kind of ruin the surprise if this was a boss, though, so I don't think this is going to be a boss. Where's my sub button? I think I just got 100 followers. That means that I can qualify for monetized streams or to be a Twitch partner. That sounds like a pain in the ass. I don't know. We'll see how often I stream. Like right now I do have a pretty good schedule. It's just like 2 hours of streaming every day. Or but I don't know how that's going to be for the future, and really I don't think I'm charismatic enough to be a streamer. Let's get rid of the fingernails. We'll do that and then we can, well, we'll not get rid of them, but mask them out just so they aren't affected. This might also just be like a once-off thing. I don't know if I'll make these streams in the future. It really depends on if Maddock says it's okay for me to stream more artwork in the future and like what the content of the stream would be. I mean, I would think that he'd be okay with certain sculpts like this one. But if I'm working on anything like majorly story related, I don't think I'll be able to stream it. Did we get Darren emotes? No. I should set those up though. Darren emotes are always the best emotes. I find the Darren emote on Discord to be the most versatile emote that I've come across. Like it can mean so many different things depending on context, which is why it is one of the best emotes ever, in my opinion. Am I able to add emotes to the server? Uh, maybe. I think I saw option 2. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about like getting subscribers or getting paid for streaming something that I'm already being paid for. It just seems like I'm taking advantage of a generous offer to be able to stream the art in the first place. But yeah, maybe with like if I'm doing like personal work, I guess I can enable subs for that. No. Yeah, like Madoc is actually gonna pay me for doing this. Yeah. It's basically just like company work really. I guess if you do want to support, you guys can just buy another copy of Exanima. It's like, yeah, like definitely don't feel obligated to support the stream. Like I'm gonna do this to completion, at least for this character. And if Madoc doesn't give me another task that I can stream, I don't know if I'll be able to have time to stream because I'll be working on something else during my stream time. But yeah, if I don't get any work at all, I'll just stream like some personal work. That'll be fun. Because then I get to choose what I get to work on. It'd be awesome to be able to it'd be awesome to stream a suit of armor from start to finish. And I still have to finish that monster crab. The monster lobster. That guy's just sitting in my files, waiting for the day it can unleash its havoc upon the uh, unknowing, the blissfully unaware. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Like I feel like I've improved a lot since I joined bare metal, and after having worked on a few items for Path of Exile, I think I think you guys would be in for a treat if I do stream a suit of armor. My first suit for bare metal is the knight armor. But man, I've gotten so much better since then. Like if you look at the high poly compared to the stuff I'm working now, which I can't show you, obviously, um, it's just like miles better in comparison. Any plans to rework? Uh, I brought it up with Maddock, and he says the armor still looks pretty good for now. But if he does say that he would like some armors reworked, I would happily oblige, because I do think that some of the stuff could be updated. I mean, like I did join like 5 years ago. That's a long period for stuff to be just sitting around. Well, it's not just sitting around. It just yeah. I feel like I can do better modeling the entirety of SG to be really. Yeah, that's the thing. Like Maddox's perfectionism kind of rubs off on me. it's hard to not uh it's hard to not do your best when you see everyone else doing their best. Like whenever Maddox just like shows off screenshots of the new GEI system and like some of the processes behind it, you're like, wow, maybe I should improve my armor making skills too. I believe so. Like Agnes does all of the placement of objects, and I think she also does some modeling for environment objects. I think Kieran and Luke also do environment assets, among other engine works. But yeah, they've done a really good job on architecture. It's hard to make architecture look good. Um, for one thing, you're dealing with simplistic, well, not simplistic, but you're dealing with forms that the player has to walk through. So naturally, they can't be like too complex. Um, otherwise, just, the character would just get like caught on everything, and it'd be a utter mess. So you're working with constraints there, and you're also working with the constraints of a physics engine, like a completely custom physics engine that Maddock made. So there are some specifications that you have to work with if you're making environment props for Exanima. For instance, some of the walls can't be too thin, otherwise, with the physics, the player might clip through certain walls. And until recently, well, not like super recently, but there was a time where characters would have difficulty climbing up objects, especially like stairs and stuff. Before we had stairs and like rough terrain, everything had to be flat. I think that's one of the reasons why uh, there was that thread a while back that people are complaining that the level design could be better. I think part of that has to do with how physics is set up and just like how characters have to move. Back then, we didn't have like the ability to walk up, like step up things as easily as now. Yeah, right. I remember that too. I think that was a bug. Or maybe just like the character spawn point was just set a bit too high for level transitions. Not really a bug per se. I'm trying to remember some Exanima bugs that I've seen, but having a hard time, having some difficulty remembering the bugs that I've seen. Oh, the duplication one was fun. I remembered I somehow managed to duplicate the torch. I was getting like infinite torches. That was a fun one. The flesh armor bug is fun. I never managed to get that one to work. I don't even know how to do a flesh armor bug. I remember I had like I once had like a cabinet spawn in my inventory. Just like a random cabinet. I think that was with an old save though. So some of the IDs must have mixed up. Do you think the development on SG will be affected by how well Exanima doesn't release? Um, I mean, it might play a small part, but I mean, like Maddock and the BM team is just gonna keep going regardless of what happens. I wouldn't say it makes a huge difference, unless like Maddock somehow like hires this insane talent that just overhauls whatever. I don't know. I don't know what could happen when you hire people. But yeah, like the team's just gonna keep working on the game regardless of what happens. Has Maddock been clear about expanding the core team? Um, Not really. Yeah, not really. I mean, I was kind of the part of the core team. I guess I still am part of the core team, but like I mostly work for Path of Exile, grinding good games these days. But yeah, I still play a big part of the core team, so I guess it has expanded by one person. Um, with like more funds, if I guess if Examina does do better, especially with multiplayer, there might be enough to hire one more. I really don't know. This sort of question would be better suited for uh, Maddock in person. The less people on the team, the more credit Zeth gets. That's right. I hope no one gets hired. Trying to get all the credit. Yeah, I think you pretty much have it spot on. Exanima is one of those lifetime projects, along with SG. Yeah, spooky as in holy crap. Uh some portfolios are way ahead of the game. Like I thought I was gonna have a lot of competition as a concept artist, which is why I switched to 3D modeling. But let me tell you, it doesn't get any easier in 3D modeling. You're gonna have the same amount of competition. It's pretty nuts how good some 3D modelers are. Would you say it takes more time doing 3D work or concept art? Mm, I guess it depends on the project. If you're like, it would be easier to 3D model a ball as opposed to drawing a ball. But if you're doing a creature, like concept art is a lot faster for sure. I guess it also depends on if you only need to draw the monster from one angle, or you have to draw the monster from multiple angles. So that's kind of a factor there. But in general, 2D art is always faster if the 2D artist is competent and knows what he or she is doing. I could probably go for like a longer stream today. It is Friday, isn't it? Yeah, Friday the 13th. Yeah, we'll do a long stream today. Yeah, that's the thing. Well, I do want to finish this. Don't want to rush. If I rush, it's just gonna like, what's the point, right? Especially at this phase, I shouldn't rush it. Especially since there isn't really a deadline for this project. Um, I don't think this will be coming the next update. I really should take my time and make this the best I can. At the same time, I gotta be careful about getting too distracted by minute details. Like, I have a habit of like just trying to make everything as detailed as I possibly can, um, which is sometimes good and sometimes bad. Yeah, it just really depends on per project. Realize I haven't really adjusted the teeth to fit into the mouth of this creature. Go do that. Yeah, face some other good love. Actually, yeah, there, I can see this surface better. What's going on in chat? I wasn't paying attention. Like a party though, whatever it is. Yeah, yeah, Mr. Merks. I'll be working on like I can probably say I'm working on like armors and stuff. So like Path of Exile 2 uniques, base items, MTX. Yeah, armor man through and through. We'll pass an inflate brush over the details here so it doesn't look too jagged, and also create this really nice leathery look that I like for these monsters. I think there's a few good tutorials online uh, where you can just like make armor at home. It's not gonna be like 16th century high-end armor, but I mean you can make yourself a helmet pretty easily. Oh, that's awesome. Does Tarkus have a YouTube channel? I haven't seen much from Tarkus lately. Oh, cool. It's rare to find people who can uh, do 3D modeling and also make armor in real life. It's always cool to see people who do that. Oh, that's cool. I know the details here look pretty sharp, but yeah. Once I pass it over with a very light inflate brush, it'll look completely different. I gotta do these lines first before I inflate brush, otherwise I'll just make everything look thick instead of nice and leathery. gonna make these spikes a bit more imposing. So it looks like the entire main part of the flail could also do damage. I think that would make this creature a bit more difficult to fight. The chain also did damage. Like this ridge here also needs accent. I want to get into 3D modeling uh, very soon. Everyone's getting into 3D modeling. Feeling left out. Hey, what kind of filament do you guys use? I heard resin is good if you want something that can operate in your bedroom or something, like in your house, because it's like non-toxic. Yeah, it'd be nice if I can just like have it next to my desk instead of next to a window in the bathroom because of the fumes. Resin is messy and sticky or smelly. Ah, okay. I have to go do some research on the types of filaments. Haven't done much research at all yet. You stick with PLA. Ah, okay. Let me go type that down. Actually, I want to. It's PLA. I don't forget. Like there should be spikes up here too. There. We do this one here. The Prusa Mini is where it's at. I'll have to write that down too. uh, Mini. Yeah, I had to reproportion the arm a bit. Didn't look right without adding a bit more muscle in certain areas. Right here looks a bit too stretched almost. I like that. This underside is just not detailed at all. Pretty lazy here to fix that. Like it's just a bunch of noise without any form. Good. It's too bad Destiny 2's Beyond Light doesn't seem like a lot of people are enjoying it. They like sunsetted 70% of the weapons, and then they somehow ruined PvP even more than what the cheaters could have done. Big oof. Heard people are in love with the visuals, but that's it. Yeah. Yeah, that's how all of these really big games, that's how they fall. Like they don't interact with their community. They don't like talk with their fans or admit that they're wrong or like try something that the customer suggests like once in a blue moon. It's so frustrating because this is exactly how World of Warcraft died. And well, I mean, it's not dead. Like games never die, but you get the point. Like 15 million subscribers down to, I don't know what it is now, but it's definitely not 15 million. And the annoying thing is, like Bungie is it's kind of like one of the OG game developer companies, right? I feel like they should know they should kind of know this stuff by now. Bungie is long since dead. Why is that? I heard like some of the core staff have left, so I guess yeah, maybe due to like some core members leaving, it's not the same as it used to be. Uh, that's unfortunate. Because I was looking at the videos, and Beyond Light just seems like a very watered down uh, Warframe with less guns. That's really what it seems like. It's just like everyone's playing Frost from Warframe, but with less guns. Like somehow they turned a really good game into something not good. Oh, cool. Welcome to Exanima. Yeah, I'm just like, I really need like a first-person shooter now. It seems like they aren't listening to the community base. Well, the player base, not the community base, but they don't seem to be listening, and they're just doing whatever, I guess. Hey Mao, welcome. Yes, I am still polishing. What is annoying is that they've had so much time. Like, people were complaining about uh, sunsetted equipment for months before they actually did it. Like everyone just kept saying it's a bad idea, it's a bad idea over and over again. They're like, yeah, we hear you, but we're not gonna hear you. Like I don't understand. Like if they aren't gonna make the customers happy, who are they trying to appease? Like what is the end what is the end goal for these changes? I just feel like they don't really have an end goal. I mean, I guess they have sort of like this kind of have like this wishy-washy idea in their head that if they sunset items, there's going to be more stuff to grind. Um, but that's that's not the case, and we can see from what happened it is not the case. It's just so frustrating. They're there to appease the investors. Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense because the investors are there to make money, right? They aren't going to make any money if the player base aren't happy with the games. I feel like maybe blaming investors isn't the right course of action because investors are just like people who say like, okay, yeah, here, I'll give you some of my money and you go use this money to make more money for me. That's basically all investors are. It's up to the game developer to make a fun game. Yeah, but I don't understand like why would an investor want to make a worse game? It doesn't make any sense because if you're an investor, you want the game to be good, so people keep playing and people keep paying. That's what you want as an investor. Like if you don't have anyone playing, then you aren't gonna make money. So I just don't understand how uh, if it is the investor's fault as to why the game is being driven into the ground because I I couldn't think of a faster way to destroy Destiny than the changes they have made over the past year. Like first of all, they didn't address the cheaters fast enough. There's still cheaters in Destiny. Secondly, sunsetting, like it just like all these decisions seem like they're the best decisions for destroying the game. Like if you were to destroy a game, this is how you do it. Well, they must have those graphs upside down because like you couldn't destroy a game better than they have. They're like the most optimal choices. If you were to destroy Destiny, those would be the choices that you'd make. Uh, don't remove the cheaters fast enough, and also remove all the loot from a looter shooter. I just don't get it. It's just so stupid. Well, I kind of disagree there. Like, Destiny doesn't suffer from an identity problem. Um, like, Destiny has some of the best writing you'll ever find in a video game. Like, they have an identity. They have a solid IP. It's just that like the gameplay. It's so so bad. Like all the decisions that they've been doing is so bad, and I don't understand how they would get to these conclusions, these gameplay decisions. I really I really just can't understand how they get to them. Sometimes I feel like there's okay, so this sounds a bit like a conspiracy theory, but sometimes I feel like maybe uh maybe the people behind these decisions are doing it so that other video games can rise up above them, and then they can just repeat the process. So basically, so this is like a totally a conspiracy theory, but what if like people with money go to various game studios? Uh, so this is kind of like the investors are bad theory. They invested in the game. They purposely make the game as worse as it can possibly be, without being like suspicious as fuck. Uh, and then they mine the game for all the IP that it's worth, and then they go to a different game and they do the same thing. Yes, they're like, oh yeah, this game sucks now. Hey guys from Destiny 2, why don't you go check out this game? And then the same investors go over to the other game, and then they also mine the IP. Is that like something that happens? I don't know. Like I just don't understand how you can drive a game into the ground so quickly. Sad gamer noise. What's really going on? They invest in the game while not caring about games. They just want money and do basically what you describe indirectly. The thing is, I just don't know if it's the investors though, because it is in the investors' interest to have as little. Uh, I feel like if I were an investor, I wouldn't want to involve myself with the game development at all. Like it's just extra work for me, and why would I do that if I just have my money work for me? Like investing is all about making your money work for you, instead of having to do the work yourself. So I don't see why they would just go and say, "Hey, make these stupid changes that make the game worse." Uh, like that doesn't make you money. It's just extra work on your end if you're an investor. Yeah, I feel like blaming investors is the wrong move here. I don't think the investors are at fault. They're just like people who put money into like a large um yeah, they just like put money into a large company and then they're like, okay, yeah, let's hope for a good return on the money I put in. That's basically investing. I'm 75 to like 80% sure that investors aren't to blame here. It's just I don't know what I just don't know what's going on uh, at that Bungie HQ. It's pretty awful. Now we're doing the inflate thing that I talked about earlier for the skin, just to tighten up some of the creases. It look less uh, bad, I guess. Make it look more lifelike. Well, isn't that like their job though? Like higher management is it's their job to make sure that the quality at, is at the level that it should be. I don't know. I should probably stop talking about it. Like it just annoys me in the end of at the end of the day. Oh God, so much potential down the drain. Gamer politics with Seth. It's not really politics. I am a consumer of Destiny too. I'm just an angry customer, that's all. Like as a customer, I actually am angry because you know how long it took to farm all of the exotics that I have and like all of the nice they aren't really god rolls because I don't really spend enough time to find god rolls, but I do have some really nicely rolled weapons. And like all that effort is down the drain and like I don't even want to go and play PvP anymore because it's even worse than it was without cheaters because of the new frost skills, new stasis skills. Apparently, like playing freeze tag is basically the name of the game these days, and that just sounds awful. Yeah, in rule 34. What's the name of this creature? Um, I have no idea. Like, it's up to the community. I get the question a lot. Like, I mean, the community's come up with like Fingerman or something. uh, handyman. We'll just see which name rises up against the others. Like the file name is just like BM creature uh, number something. Baby Basher. Well, the number is just the number of saves. I don't think there's even 13 creatures in the game. Too bad 13 it is. That's an awful name. Come on. I'm sure we can come up with something better. Like I like Handyman. Honestly, I like Handyman. Or Baby Basher. Baby Basher is pretty good. I think I referenced the Blade Masters as Smurfs in a developer meeting one time, and Maddox was like, "Oh, you mean the Blade Masters?" Like, yeah, the Blade Masters. Ugh. And the polishing phase always takes such a long time. But it's necessary. Still need to polish the booty. You're right, I do. Let's add some more cellulitis on the side. Yeah, we definitely can't skimp on the polishing. Like I know I do want to move on to the retopology, but there isn't really any point to making a creature if it isn't good. It isn't polished. And usually I do spend longer. This is gonna be like the 15th stream? 15 times 30? 15 times 2. So I've only spent 30 hours on this sculpt, which is pretty remarkable. Um, Usually the high poly for these, I usually spend a good week, a solid week on them before they're ready for retopology. And those are for like the smaller creatures, like the gobbler was about a week. Same with the ghouls. So I don't want to rob this creature of the time it deserves. Sometimes I kind of like get ahead of myself and I'm like, I need to work fast. I need to get this done. You know, there's always that pressure. But it's mostly like self-inflicted pressure. Like Maddox's not giving me the pressure. I'm just giving it to myself, which is, I guess, it could be detrimental to the work. So I just gotta keep that in mind that I do have time to bring this creature to the best it can be. If I've worked on this for 30 hours, that means I have like, actually I have like 40 more hours I can spend on this if I really wanted to. And it still costs the same for Maddox compared to the gobbler or the goblin. That said, I feel like some of these spikes are a bit disorganized. I think they need to flow with each other a bit better. What else do I need to do? For the spikes here, um, chain is okay, but it needs some polishing up here. Uh, yeah, same back here. The butt needs cellulitis. The shield definitely needs some work here. This is like too striated from all the deformations that I've been doing. Let's actually knock out some of those ridges. They're a bit too ridgy. These are clay buildup. Has Maddock ever told me to calm down with your models? Uh, well, he did tell me to remove the back dude that was like kind of strapped in on the back here. But yeah, sometimes, very rarely, he says like, um, maybe it's like a bit too detailed. But I do need to watch that sometimes. Well, I'm actually not even charging a whole lot for this. I'm still charging my pre my previous rate at bare metal, which is $15 an hour. Is like third third world third world price. But yeah, it does kind of illustrate the costs involved with making games. Like I know sometimes people complain like, oh yeah, the Kickstarter raised 150,000. Where's our game? Like, yeah, that's not exactly how it works. The gaming industry, everyone works for third world prices. I wouldn't say everyone, but it is fairly common. It's like it's definitely one of those jobs where you do it because you enjoy doing it, not a job because you do it for the money. No, I haven't gone to the Kickstarter in ages. I asked Maddock if maybe we should post something there and tell them that work is being done on Exanima, which is the prelude to Sui Generis. Is this something like that? Is it already posted on Kickstarter? But if not, that is something we might want to look into. I don't know. But yeah, I don't blame them for wanting a refund, but I guess it's kind of like a two-way thing. So um like Bare Metal is a new company. Like honestly, we're kind of like noobs to making games, right? So it's hard to estimate how long it'll take to make a game, especially when uh, the Kickstarter was announced. I imagine like uh, yeah, like the desire to make a game is probably higher than the expected time that was involved in creating a game. Um, but yeah, also I guess there isn't whole lot of information on how games are made, so people don't realize how much money and how much time actually goes into making these things. I mean, yeah, I feel like the Kickstarter could have been handled better, but like you can only do with what you can do with so much knowledge that you have at the time, right? So it's one of those like at the time it's a good idea, but everyone like grows. Everyone makes mistakes, everyone grows. And the important thing is that it isn't really a scam. I mean, like the core team is still working on Exanima and Sui Generis. Like that's they aren't gonna give up on that. Maddox's pretty hard on himself actually. Like kind of worry for him. Didn't he say he didn't take a vacation in like since the Kickstarter or something crazy like that? Yeah. Yeah, you'll just have to get another copy of of Exanima if you want to donate. Um, yeah, Maddox doesn't even understand vacations. To be fair, when you're working on games, it's pretty fun. So yeah, so every day doesn't really feel like work. Sometimes, at the end of the day, like when I'm done with uh, grinding gear games work, and then I'm also done with bare metal work. Like after I'm done with the streams, I'm like, man, what did I accomplish today? I feel like I didn't do any work today, but I actually have done a decent amount of work. It's that kind of feeling when you work on games. You like really enjoy working on games, and then like, wait, did I actually do any work today? I feel like I haven't done any work today. Imagine living in Italy for years and not taking a vacation. I get it. Because Italy is basically vacation. Yeah, right. I feel like I feel like I haven't been productive, but I have been productive. It's weird. And I get anxious because I feel like I haven't been productive. Italy was hit hard. I don't know if it was one of the first places under quarantine, but yeah, it was. I think it was one of the first. But all I remember is that they were hit really hard in the initial wave. Fuck, there's like a fly trying to smack me in the head. Get out of here, fly. I don't know. I'd have to run that past Medoc, see if he wants that, but I don't know. Like Maddox said that money wasn't really too much of a concern as long as the company spends it wisely. I think it's one of those. I think the mindset is pretty much like um, customers should, if they're gonna pay anything, even like donations, they should get something back in return. I think that's kind of the mindset because like we already went past the Kickstarter phase, right? Which is basically just asking for money on through goodwill, essentially. Um, so yeah, I do want to see if I can make turn some of these creatures into 3D printed models. Like having a merch store, I think would be cool. Like having some like just like a statue with some armor, like some Exanima armor, like in a nice pose fighting some of these monsters. I would love that for my desk. That seems like a pretty involved process, and I have to do a lot of research and logistics and stuff. Yeah, 3D print insert would be pretty cool. Give him like a removable top hat and monocle too. Oh, brush. What is this even supposed to be? Like, I gotta be careful about what I'm making. I don't want to just like do these weird tiny brush strokes. Let's go use some Damien standard. I need to define shapes better. Right now I'm just like doing random brush strokes, and that's not what I want to do. I find that's kind of one of the biggest time wasters. If you don't really have a plan and you're just making random brush strokes, that eats up so much time. I've noticed with the greatest artists, like each. Okay, so I know this armor smith. Uh, his name is Mac McPherson, and every hammer stroke that he does, if you look carefully at his work, you'll notice like every hammer strike does it with purpose and intent, which I find is pretty insane. Like he knows exactly what he's doing. he puts every hammer strike in the right place so that the project moves on. That's kind of where I want to get to for my art. Like every brushstroke has to have meaning. The new Proctor armor. I should make some new Proctor armor now. That's kind of like the old Proctor armor, but it hasn't been released yet. Yeah, make some nicer new new Proctor armor for the one that hasn't been released yet. Like looking at my older work, I was like such a noob. I can't believe I was charging for the stuff I made. I'm worried I'll look back to this time period and I'd be like, wow, what such a noob. I can't believe I was charging for this stuff I made back in 2020. Which is probably gonna happen, honestly. Like like the better you get, the more your older stuff sucks. Exanima needs a main character armor set. It does. I mean, there's the Hershey Kisses helmets, but I don't think they do the main character any justice. Usually just give that to Darren. Yeah, for sure, Cloudy. Like, if you don't keep improving in this industry as a 3D artist, you're gonna get left behind really quickly because there's always new tech and new techniques that are coming out. In fact, like just a month ago, like ZBrush released a cloth physics tool that I haven't gotten to yet. I really need to learn how to use that cloth physics tool better so I can bring better cloth details to the work that I'm doing without having to open like a third-party cloth physics tool. Like what's that? Not Marmoset. It's oh god, I forgot what it's called. But yeah, there's this third-party app that you can use to simulate cloth physics, and then you can turn that into a high poly sculpt. Not Houdini. It's not. Oh well. When I think of the name, when I remember the name, I'll tell you guys. I know, right? That's like one of my earlier works, the Proctor armor. It's coming though. It'll come eventually. But yeah, man, that Proctor armor, it could be so much better now. Now that I have the skills that I do. I'm like looking back at it and like, man, I could have done that better. I could have made that armor so much better, but I didn't know how to. Didn't know how to back then. I guess that's kind of how it is, uh, like developer versus gamer point perspective. Like the stuff that's being released might be it might be weeks old, or it could be like years old. So you kind of don't really know like when it's made and when it's released. What about the Maximilian set? That's like the first. That's the first set that I made. First set of armor that I made for bare metal. Uh, the knight character should be returning. I don't know when, but it will return. Maddox says so. What are my thoughts on it? It could be a lot better. It's pretty bad for a Maximilian set, honestly. Like I could do so much better. It's not even funny. It's like I kind of feel disappointed. Basically, I'm waiting for more of my artwork to come out of NDA so I can replace that armor set on my art station so I can improve my portfolio. Like I haven't updated my portfolio in years, it feels. I just have like a lot of art that people aren't allowed to see right now. I'm just waiting for that art to be released so I can post it. Didn't I get in trouble for having certain art up there? No. Okay, so I did sort of kind of accidentally leak, sort of not accidentally leak, the Gobbler. That was like one of my biggest regrets that I've done through my art station. Oh yeah, maybe one. Goobler boobs. Yeah, I was kind of a noob. I was kind of a noob a few years back. Yeah, it's a bit of a smooth brain. You're leaking this thing right now. Yeah, but Maddox says I can, so uh, so that's why. It's not because I'm like yeah, it's not because Maddox says I can't. He says I can, so so it's all good. It's cleared. It makes sense. Like when you get older, your skin wrinkles, so by that logic, your brain should also wrinkle as you get older. And the older you get, the less smooth brain you become. I think I should just turn these into spikes instead of keeping them as vertebrae because it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense here on the shield that these would be vertebrae. Like turn them into, although kind of like bony points. Not exactly vertebrae, not exactly spikes. Keep them kind of like this. Hey, that's a bit better. Bit end here, that's good. I do like this detail better than the vertebrae. I need to get a new mouse. Like the one I have, like the plastic is kind of melting off. The rubber is kind of melting off of the mouse. And then that creates kind of like a substrate for like bacteria to grow in. It's really gross actually. But, like my solution is to keep some antibacterial wipes next to my desk, and I use those whenever I like every morning I wipe down my like laptop and my mouse with antibacterial wipes just because it builds up. It's really gross. Yeah, I need to get a new mouse because the rubber is just like melting off. Hopefully I can get one that doesn't have melty rubber. I have the G403, but yeah, Logitech makes really good stuff. But like the rubber, I don't know about the rubber. I guess it's designed to kind of like melt after a while. Like it provides really good grip, but then it's a bit weird. You like fingernail gouges and like stuff gets stuck in the fingernail gouges. It's like, ah. Maybe I should get a new mouse pad. That might be one of the reasons why my mouse isn't as clean as it could be. Like I've had this mouse pad for longer than I've been at bare metal. So it's like a 6-year-old mouse pad or 7-year-old. I honestly don't know how old this is. I've forgotten how old my mouse pad is. It's a Fellows Microban antimicrobial product protection mouse pad. I feel like the antimicrobial protection may have worn off. Like it may have worn off a long time ago. Do I wash my mouse pad? I do not, but I do wipe everything down with antibacterial wipes, including my mouse pad. But I don't actually like put it in the washing machine or something like that. Should I do that? Oh my God, Seth, that's gross. It's probably like a nice layer just like embedded into the fabric, like wet in cells. Pretty gross. I'm worried though if I throw it into the wash, it's like the top layer going to fall off? Because I'm worried like the glue is gonna like melt or something. Oh, you hand wash it? I should do that. That's actually a good idea. For some reason, I never thought about hand washing my mouse pad. I always thought, maybe I should just toss it into the laundry machine. Hand wash and let it dry. All right, I'll do that after this stream. That after the stream for sure. Humans are actually more dirty than cockroaches. True. Like, it's a fact that humans are actually dirtier than cockroaches. Like cockroaches like clean themselves like all the time. Your mouse has this black stain. Nasty. Hey, does anyone here play Grim Dawn? I've been playing Grim Dawn for the past few days. It's actually really fun. I played earlier. Like I played a few years ago, back when it released, I think, with my brothers. But then my brothers are kind of flaky when it comes to games. We always start games, but we never finish them. Um, But yeah, I've just been picking it up again because I heard Maddock is playing Grim Dawn. I'm like, maybe I should play Grim Dawn then. Uh, yeah, it's pretty fun. It's a lot like Path of Exile and like Diablo 2, that kind of stuff, but I feel like it's a slower game than either Path of Exile or Diablo 2. Like it takes more effort to kill things, and it really has more of like an open world feeling. It's actually pretty cool. I dig it. Do you play it? Well, if you want. Like I know a lot of people who are into the Diablo series and like Path of Exile, that kind of stuff. They really like Grim Dawn as well. So yeah, if you like that kind of stuff, it'd be worth checking out. You're burnt out of PoE type games. Yeah, I can get that. I personally want like another World of Warcraft, but one that like isn't. I don't know. I guess one that's like vanilla World of Warcraft, but I don't want to play vanilla World of Warcraft. Like I've already played vanilla World of Warcraft. I grew up on it. You want an Exanima update? Too much to ask for. Yeah, I want an Exanima update too. I'm looking forward to the GI stream. I want to stream the Exanima update with. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. Just hanging out in chat and playing Exanima. Update machine broke. Maddock needs more coffee. Dispense more coffee to receive update. There should be an insider update for the GI system, at least for testing pretty soon. There's that word again, soon. I know you guys are probably more tired of the word soon uh than Mercs is of PoE stealth games. But there it is. There's been soon for the past 2 months. Yeah, yeah. All right, so I have a new word then that you guys can get behind, and it's called sooner. It's like soon, but it's sooner. The update is sooner here. That's how you use the word. It's basically a hyperbolic time chamber. Ouch. Ouch. It's like Groundhog's Day. Never ending Groundhog's Day of sooner and Let's go save this. Want to crash. Lose all of the progress. Hey, Conrax. No updates yet. Big sad. So sad. How does that Bella Delphine song go? I gotta memorize the lyrics so I can sing it on stream, guys. Yeah, it would be cool if I had a PvP game that I could play. But I like bows. That means there has to be bows in the game. Like the Destiny 2 bow is the bow archetype in Destiny 2 is just so much fun. It's probably the most fun I've had in a game shooting bows, shooting arrows, not shooting bows. I'm not a huge fan of like the modern uh, gun simulators like Call of Duty, which is why I haven't really played Tarkov. It I like games with like a fantasy or a sci-fi spin to them. Like if they're too real, that just I don't know. Something turns me off about hyper realistic games. Not really my jam. Project Zomboid. Eh, Project Zomboid is always one of those games that I consider getting into, but then it just seems kind of dead. Well, like it, like if I were to play Project Zomboid, I might as well just like play RimWorld or like or Fortress or Terraria or Minecraft. Yeah, I know Clean plays a lot of Tarkov. He seems insane at that game. Like that guy has some skills. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that's ever gonna replace Destiny 2. Like you have a really cool gunplay, right? And then it's also like an MMO, which I like. Um, but it's not like a super duper grindy Korean MMO, which is also nice. But I just can't get into it now. It's like they removed 70% of the content. Like hardly anything to do then. And there isn't really any PvP. Um, I guess there is, but it's just like doing the same thing over and over again. There's hardly any rewards. New stasis stuff doesn't look fun to play in at all. Yeah. You guys are gonna start up the Minecraft server again? I might pop in and take a look. if some of the houses set on fire, catch fire, it wasn't me. Yeah, same here, Conrax. It's kind of difficult to play other melee based games now. Like even in Morrowind, like even Morrowind is one of my most favorite games. Like, and of course, like the combat in that game already sucks. Like for melee combat at least. But yeah, it's just like swish swishes. It's like the most basic uh melee combat you've ever seen in a game outside of like Dwarf Fortress. Yeah, it's really hard to pick up any other melee game after you play Exanima. Ah, that sucks. Never know when the update's going to drop. Although you probably could finish the campaign before the update. Yeah, I would just wait for the GI update during a new game. Well, I could be wrong about the save game stuff. It's just that with my limited background knowledge of how graphics graphics works, like replacing 3D geometry and materials and stuff isn't going to break a save unless like the geometry is like blocking off a doorway. Like if you change up the levels, your character might spawn inside a wall or something. So that's how you can like soft brick your game. And adding new shaders shouldn't break a save either, I don't think. But I think with the arena update, I I can see save games getting bricked there because there's going to be so many new items, and uh, I think I think there's like some IDs that are going to be changed with that. At least I would imagine. And with when you have IDs like item IDs changing, you can break a save that way. Yeah, it'll also wipe your arena saves, so yeah, definitely. But I think you might be okay with the GI update. Has there been any testing done to see how many enemies the game can support in one environment? Probably. I'm sure like Maddock has done that before. I think I remember him talking about this, but I can't remember the exact number. It is fairly high. Like 10 currently. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think the number is closer to 20. Oh shit. I moved backwards on my chair too far and the headset ripped from my head. Does that mean 100 zombies are on the table? I don't know about 100 zombies. That sounds like a bit too much. Which is too bad because otherwise you can have like uh zombie zombie outbreak scenarios. Speaking of zombies, we haven't really had. Has there been a good zombie game that's come out? I know like Left 4 Dead had a update recently, which is interesting. Like I thought they were never working on that game ever again. I think the closest that I've been to playing a zombie game is well recently is like installing a zombie mod for RimWorld. Zombies are not cool anymore. There's a good zombie movie on Netflix a while ago. It's like a Korean zombie movie about like a Twitch streamer or a gamer or something. I thought that was a pretty good movie. Like hashtag alive. Yeah, it's like pound or hashtag, depending on which century you were born. Man, what is even cool anymore? I remember back in the early 2000s, like vampires, ghosts, werewolves, and pirates are still pretty cool. Like now, what do we have? I don't even know what's cool anymore. Who's this Edward guy? I think he's just like a spammer or something. Yeah, that'd be nice. I can promote you as mod. Actually thinking about ending the stream around now. We did do like 3 hours or so. It lasts more like 2 hours 45. I might take the weekend off. I think I might. I sort of want to play some more Grim Dawn and also do some more UE Forest stuff. I haven't really done any UE Forest stuff because of Grim Dawn actually. Uh, but yeah, we'll definitely get back to this on weekdays. God, this guy's so annoying. Oh wait, I can just ban him from I can just ban him from my phone. That's cool. I didn't know I can do that. Well, he's banned now. I didn't know I can just ban people from my phone. The sheer power, man. Just banning people from my phone. Oh man, I'm getting power hungry now. All right. Have a good one, guys. I'm gonna call it for the night. I know, right? What the heck? That's so weird. Who does that? All right. Later, guys. Have a good one.